Sad Bois, Sad Bois, Sad Bois, Sad Bois, Sad
Remix. Skirt. From East Tennessee, this is the Sad Bois Podcast. And now, here's your hosts, Gabe and Parker.
What's up?
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
I get really nervous whenever I hear the intro playing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh shit, how are we going to start this? But
Yeah.
then we just start goofing off and it's fun.
Oh, there's one thing I know. It's goofing.
Goofing and gasting.
That's all I do. That's all I stay doing.
Stay on that goof mode.
Goof mode. That's our new rap group, like Scum Gang, like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I did not like that. I don't know why that word hit me so aggressively. Scum gang.
No, have you not? I mean, like Tekashi 6ix9ine is like
I make
in
sure
jail
to not pay attention to him.
Oh no, it's hysterical. You have to pay attention to him because he's in court right now or some sort of process. I mean, he's getting arrested for drugs and gun running, and
Here's the
like
thing.
it's awful.
Here's one thing I do know. This is, and I think that this is one of the, like, I would love to get charged with this. He got charged with racketeering,
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's,
and like I'm pretty sure no one has been charged with racketeering since like the Civil War.
well, no, definitely some mob bosses have been charged with racketeering. You got to pay attention to true crime news as it develops.
Yeah,
but definitely 6ix9ine is one of the funnier ones to watch.
The only thing I've just seen recently, he's been a meme.
Yep.
Which that little clip of him on I don't think it's Sway. I think it's Breakfast Club. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's just so fun. I don't even know what to say about him. It's fun. I don't know how we got there. I just was because his rap group they call Scum Gang. Like that's the.
It's gross.
It's gross, but Goof Gang.
The Goof Gang. The Goof Troop.
The Goof Troop.
That's a thing already.
Yeah, that's you listeners now. We're gonna change your name up again.
No.
You're no longer the Gooster Gasters. You're the Goof Troop, and that's the final truth. That's the
God. Oh my God. What if we made a shirt?
the Goof Troop.
We can't say the Goof Troop.
Why?
That's a thing.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's a goofy thing.
No.
I think it is.
No. Goofy's thing is the Goofy Fan Club.
I think it's the Goof Troop.
Have you ever noticed how that? Imagine Goofy saying the word discuss. It's just the word discourse.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You're welcome. I saw that on some sort of something.
I can't not hear it in my brain. It makes me sad.
Discourse.
Oh, God.
Mickey.
Stop. That's a terrible Goofy impression.
Well, fuck you. Let's hear yours.
Nah, dude, mine's bad too.
I can do a good. Parker impersonation.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Right.
It's like that scene from Big Mouth when he's like, I do a pretty good Coach Steve.
yeah.
And she's like, holy shit, that's like kind of perfect.
What are we talking about today, Gabe? You.
Well, today we're going to talk about something near and dear to us. We're talking about movies, but not just any movies. Mm-hmm. We're talking about movies coming out in 2019. Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
This is basically, unless Gabe and I disagree, which I don't think we will on too many. This is basically the Sad Bois 2019 watch list. Mm-hmm. Check them off with us as we watch them.
It's going to be... Here's the thing. and maybe I'm just very aware of it right now, just because of this episode, but maybe just, you know, I feel like 2018 was like kind of weird for movies. Like when we were sitting down yesterday thinking about like Oscar noms and stuff, we could not think of movies.
Yeah, no. And I saw a lot too, but none that I thought were going to be
right
Oscar worthy by any stretch of the imagination.
And I kind of feel the same way about 2019 in the sense of like Oscar noms, but I'm coming into this year with a shitload of movies that I'm excited for.
Yeah, this is for me because I feel like 2017 was a big year for movies. I feel like it kind of has potential to alternate just with production in this, and we had some. I don't want to take away from any movies in 2018.
No, there were still great movies.
There were some bangers. There were some great movies that I saw,
but there weren't. I feel like there weren't as many.
Yeah,
we were definitely. Maybe I'm just not thinking of some. I don't know. I just feel like there weren't that many movies.
Well, with the list of movies that I want to talk about today that are coming out, you know, we're going to talk a little bit about. I know I'm going to go on a rant at some point about one of the movies, but it's upwards of $200 alone that I'm spending on tickets.
Yeah.
This year,
I'm
because
interested
I want to see these movies in theaters.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this plays out because I know that you have a list and I have a list.
Oh yeah,
I want to know how many are gonna
be on
both, but also I don't know. I'm interested because like we didn't really discuss movies at all.
No,
we haven't talked about.
We just talked Oscars, and then I know one movie that's on both of our lists based on what you were watching. Saying Aladdin.
It's not on my list.
Oh, really? It's not? Oh, I thought
it looks dumb to me.
Oh, that's why I want to see it. That's why it's on my list. Because I will say this though, I don't think it doesn't look dumb to me.
No,
just
Will
yet.
Smith looks dumb.
Well, he's going to still be mostly CGI.
Oh, really?
He takes human form a few times.
Oh, okay.
And they just haven't released the CGI on purpose yet of the
I
form of the
that.
genie.
I didn't know that.
So he's not going to be human form. That's just the pictures of the set. So that's why I say it doesn't look too dumb to me just yet, because there were a few times, even in the cartoon, where Genie takes human form just for a few seconds at least. So that's on my list. That's on my list.
I didn't see Aladdin until I got to college.
The Disney version?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like the animated, like I don't know. It's great. I do really like it, but like I don't have that like childhood
connection
to it.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the day that I get a call and they're like, "You've been tweeting at Disney for years about Atlantis: The Lost Empire live action remake," and if that comes out,
I think that's a fight you're gonna have to give up on,
dude.
Like, because I know you're willing to die for that, and I think it would be all in vain.
I would fall on my sword for that movie.
I know you
to
would.
happen, but to happen right. But here's how you do it.
But here's the thing: who's gonna do it right?
I actually have a director.
Really?
Pick.
Who?
Yeah. Alfonso Cuarón. I know I'm gonna pronounce that last name wrong. He directed Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay.
You bring in Mike Mignola,
okay,
the artist who does Hellboy, which we'll talk about Hellboy later. But he actually did all the original artwork for the Atlantis movie, the concept art that they were pitching to Disney. He did a lot of that art, so a lot of that art is actually very cool looking. So you bring in Alfonso, I think, because he just changed the Harry Potter landscape, and the only reason I say him is because he's done some really cool work lately, and I think that he has an eye for, stuff like that. And I think that he could do it, and I think that you have to partner with Mike Mignola, and that's a perfect segue into Hellboy. Because
go ahead, dude, do it.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, because
everybody knows you're going to... You talked about Hellboy in so many episodes.
Yeah.
So just give it to
the
him.
trailer dropped, right? And I was so nervous because about a month and a half ago, some bad footage came out from New York City Comic Con.
Really?
I mean, it was awful. I can show you what that footage looked like.
I didn't see that.
And it was the same trailer, don't get me wrong, but it was so pixelated and...
Oh, okay,
Yeah. So I saw that and I was like, fuck, man. Like, because I'm a huge Hellboy fan and I love those movies and I love the books and I was so excited for this movie because for me, this is the perfect way to give the fans what they really want, and they don't realize they want it. A lot of people want a conclusion to Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy, and that was something that physically was not going to happen for Ron Perlman's sake. Guillermo del Toro had a script ready, and
he was ready to do it,
and they really wanted to do it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Ron Perlman did an incredible job, but he had passed that point.
Yeah.
Even he said he didn't want to, sit in the makeup chair for upwards of 8 hours a day.
Long,
4 hours to put it on, 4 hours to take it off, and shoot this movie, because he's almost, I think he's over 70 at this point. So he didn't want to do it. That's something that was known. He wanted to do it, didn't want to do it. He wanted it to be done for the fans' sake, but for just him. And that was basically how I read his interviews. If I'm wrong on that, then that was me misinterpreting how he was talking about it, which seemed very negative
for sure.
Before all the jazz started happening about Hellboy 3. Because for a couple years ago, there was a lot of buzz that it was being pushed through. And then, but he had been saying all this stuff for years. He said it like, after 65, I'm done, I'm not doing it, stuff like that. So then the studio was like, okay, obviously people want a Hellboy movie. How do we do this? How do we do it well? Pull in David Harbour. He's a fantastic actor. He's a fantastic actor from Stranger Things. Hopper is incredible. He's a great character. He is in the public's eye right now. He can play the character. So they try. I'm just saying, ultimately, this movie is getting such a bad rap already based on the trailer. I loved the trailer.
Yeah,
it was the most fun in a trailer I've had in a while.
I've heard people kind of shitting on it recently, and I was like, no, because when it came out, I texted you, and you told me that people were like giving it some shit, which is like crazy to me because, like you said, like I saw that trailer and was like, holy shit, like that's how a trailer should be done. Yeah, it's so well done. It's like I never watched the old Hellboys. I never really read it. I know what it is, and I've planned to see the movie, but like you're crazy about it. I wasn't crazy about it. I saw the trailer and I was like, "Fuck yes, this is going to be great." Yeah,
and I think that the reason it's going to be so kick-ass is because here's the thing: Guillermo del Toro has an incredible eye for film. He does. No one can question that. I would argue that to a degree, he doesn't get the character Hellboy all the way. He definitely does. He gets the nail on the head in the second one, I think. For how the character is. And the first one is a great film. I love those movies. I'll still love those movies. If this one comes out and it sucks in theaters, I'll say, all right, I have 2 great Hellboy movies to watch. Yeah. No one can take that away from Ron Perlman.
I don't think it's going to suck. I think it's going to be kick-ass.
I don't think it's going to either. But the reason I say that is because they pulled in Mike Mignola, the guy who wrote and created the character. For this new movie. And they didn't pull him in as much as they would like to admit on those original 2.
Oh, okay.
So the reason I say that is I think we're going to get some really badass monster fights. Excuse me. We're going to get some really badass monster fights. The trailer looks just fucking awesome.
The CGI in that movie
looks incredible.
Insane.
Yeah. And the prosthetics, too. Yeah. Because, like, people were raving about Ron Perlman's prosthetic piece, and I mean, it looked awesome. I'm not taking that away from that either, but when you compare, after seeing him move around on screen, David Harbour and Ron Perlman, I mean, Ron Perlman looks like he just slapped some red paint on his face and put a couple horns, and this one looks gritty and dark, and
it's gonna be sick.
But again, this is just my opinion for this movie. It is my most anticipated for the year, I think. I mean, even over Star Wars.
Like, shit, I totally didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's coming out in December, and don't get me wrong, I'm pumped to see how this trilogy ends. But I mean, this movie for me is up like the top of my list of what I'm excited to see, even over Endgame. Even over Endgame.
It's going to be crazy. We're going to get into... So do I just talk about... I guess I'm going to start with my most anticipated then. Yeah. That's tough. I'm going to say... Honestly, I'm going to say Far From Home.
Really?
Yeah.
Mysterio's going to be badass.
They're doing the fucking...
Carnival scene.
Carnival scene, which is just crazy. And that's going to be super fun.